Hi everybody, this is Marla Beck over at CoachMarla.com, where I help high achievers like you to pursue your passion productively. Welcome, welcome. Today I'm talking to you about dropping into creative space quickly. One of the most overlooked things, I think, in terms of feeling creative and getting yourself into that space is paying attention to transitions. It's hard to go from a daily life to creative space. It can be challenging to go from getting things done to allowing things to happen. So I want to give you a couple of tips today, and these are inspired by my music practice. I think I mentioned to you in my last blog or article that I do have a gig coming up, so I'm going to be doing some singing and songwriting performance. And I'm very excited, and I've been spending an awful lot of time with the guitar. So as I've been practicing, I've been noticing my own process and realizing that it really echoes a lot of what I share with my clients and with you and what I use in my own writing. So tip number one is to get yourself a ritual if you don't already have one. What do I mean by that? I want you to do the very same thing every time you sit down to write. I'll tell you what mine looks like. I have a Panasonic headphone set that folds up so that when I travel I can just tuck it in my bag. And I pull those out, I open up Spotify, and I put on the Deep Focus playlist, which cracks me up because it's music I wouldn't ordinarily listen to. But I don't know, I've been doing it consistently for a couple of years now. And oh my goodness, all I have to do is hear that music and I'm primed to drop into creative space. I've heard somebody call this sensory cueing. I think one of my clients told me about it, and it works. So whatever sense speaks most loudly to you, whether it is drinking a cup of tea or coffee before you begin. Some people light a candle if you like that kind of thing. Listening to music, whatever you do, create a little ritual. Do the same thing in the same sequence as you sit down to work. And I promise you, no matter where you work, whether you're in the library, the cafe, or your office, you're going to have an easier time dropping into creative space. Tip number two has to do with time. I want you to use your timer, and if you have an iPhone or a smartphone, you've got a timer, I'm sure. Best thing ever. So with my own guitar practice, I've been using the metronome an awful lot to get myself to play hopefully more in time. But in writing, when I sit down to write, a lot of times what I'll do is set my timer for 7 minutes. And I encourage my clients to do this too. There's something magical about 7 minutes. I don't know what it is, but it's just the right amount of time to force yourself to focus. And it's also just the right amount of time to allow yourself to begin to get lost in your thoughts and excited about what you're writing. When I use the 7-minute trick, if I'm working on an article for you guys or something like that, or course content, often what I'll do is hit again and again and again. It's like putting it on repeat. 7 minutes plus 7 minutes plus 7 minutes. It adds up. And it's a nice, easy way to trick yourself into writing productively. So 2 tips to get you into focused, productive, creative time. Hope you enjoy those. Thanks for being here with me today. We'll see you soon. It's Marla Beck. Bye-bye.